Why were the lines of Torres Vedras crucial in the Napoleonic Wars of Iberia? Imagine a battle where clever planning and natural terrain turn the tide of history. That's exactly what happened with the lines of Torres Vedras during the Napoleonic Wars in Iberia. These were a series of massive defensive fortifications built to protect Lisbon and stop the French army from advancing into Portugal. They were created secretly between 1809 and 1810 under the guidance of Arthur Wellesley, who later became the Duke of Wellington. The lines stretched over 40 kilometers and included more than 150 forts, redoubts, and artillery positions. They weren't just simple walls but a complex network designed to use the hilly landscape to the defenders' advantage. The terrain around Torres Vedras is full of hills, rivers, and natural obstacles, which made it very difficult for the French to push through without suffering heavy losses. This strategic use of geography was a key reason the lines worked so well. Lisbon was a vital port city controlling access to the Atlantic Ocean and the Tagus River estuary. If the French had captured Lisbon, it would have been a huge blow to the Allied forces and could have changed the course of the entire war in Iberia. The lines of Torres Vedras kept the city in Allied hands and maintained the supply routes for the British Navy and their allies. Wellington's plan also included the idea of having a strong fallback position. If the French attacked, the Allied forces could retreat behind the lines, regroup, and resupply without being destroyed in open battle. This defensive setup forced the French to halt their advances because they couldn't break through or sustain their campaign behind the fortifications. The French army, led by Marshal Massena, tried to breach the lines in 1810, but they faced a surprise. The construction of the fortifications was kept secret, so when the French arrived, they found a formidable obstacle they weren't prepared for. The French suffered from starvation and lack of supplies because they couldn't live off the land behind the lines or break through the defenses. The scale and complexity of the lines of Torres Vedras made them one of the largest and most sophisticated defensive works in Europe at that time. They were a testament to how military engineering and strategic use of terrain could turn the tide of war. These lines helped preserve Lisbon as a strategic hub and allowed the Allies to launch further campaigns into Spain. They also boosted the morale of the Portuguese and British forces, showing that well-planned defenses could stand up to a powerful invading army. Ultimately, the lines of Torres Vedras played a vital role in the defeat of Napoleon's forces in Iberia. They kept the French at bay, protected the Allied supply lines, and demonstrated the importance of smart defensive planning in military history. Without them, the course of the Peninsular War might have been very different, and the fate of Portugal and the wider region could have changed dramatically.